Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going over to XRP once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big of the CoinsKid crew. So we do have a bit of a 5-wave counter trade at the moment on XRP. I'm going to zoom in a moment, but I just want to show you something in a couple of other charts that adding confluence to my theory right now that we could be looking at a big vertical in the crypto charts right here, especially from where people least expect it. So at the moment, I want to remind you that XRP has not lost any structure. It's not lost any key significant lows at the moment for a big move to the upside. Okay, if it does, obviously I'll alert you and I'll make you aware of that immediately. Okay, so I think that what we've got for the Bitcoin Ethereum chart anyway is a correction that we've been in since April that's potentially bottomed in September, and right now we're retracing to those lows that we put in a few weeks ago, as we are on XRP as well. We're retesting them lows for the support, before potentially breaking out to the upside right now. And if obviously keep an eye on the Bitcoin videos that I'm showing you every day, because obviously if we start to take out a key level of resistance for Bitcoin and Ethereum above, then regardless of what XRP is doing, I think it's a buy because it's a major signal. I'll show you that signal today in the XRP chart. Okay, but at the moment you can see pretty flat. XRP's in a bit of a correction. We're down 8.6% in the last week, so it's had a right pullback, isn't it, after running into that 54-cent mark again. So I'm looking at a potential 5-wave counter today. Stay tuned in the video. I'll show you that possible scenario right now with a bit of a bullish divergence as well. This is something you always look for. So yeah, I'll show you that little trade setup in a minute, but let's dive into the Ethereum Bitcoin chart right now and show you what I'm looking at. Looking at both of these charts, then we've got the two top dogs in the market, Bitcoin on top at number 1 and Ethereum on bottom at number 2, basically. So whatever these charts are doing, these are telling us a story going forward for XRP. Okay, so obviously if these break down and XRP is going sideways, expect XRP to follow suit eventually. And if these are breaking up and breaking resistance, before XRP, like I showed you confluence in many other charts as well, they tell the story for an impending move to the upside or downside or whatever. So we always try and find confluence in any other charts to analysis to upside and downside. Okay, so what we've got here for this particular move from November last year in this chart for Ethereum and for Bitcoin, we've got a 1 2 3 4 5, and we've got 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, a wave up, basically a potential impulsive move up, which is exactly what we've seen for XRP as well. This is why we countered that with a big macro correction right there, and just there, you've got this big macro correction, you've got this sort of big zigzag correction as well. So what we're looking for here as analysts is looking for a reason why that would be the bottom, or that would be the bottom, or the reason why we go lower. So at the minute what we're caught in is a correction since April in both of these charts after 5 waves up, and we're caught in a correction in the XRP chart after 5 waves up as well. So at the minute XRP is obviously lagging because it started its impulsive move up after November, and it actually finished its impulsive move in July, sorry. So just like this finished in April, XRP finished in July as this B wave was being made, and just there XRP finished its impulsive wave in July after that B wave was being made there for Bitcoin. So there is some kind of correlation, but XRP is lagging a little bit. So this is why I said to you, what we're looking for, if Bitcoin right now comes up and takes out that resistance, whatever XRP is doing, just like the S&P chart I showed you yesterday, whatever XRP is doing, it's a buy, because you're seeing things in other charts that are sort of foretelling and showing you the future. Do you understand? So again, this is something we need to see. For Bitcoin, we need to see Ethereum breaking this resistance of the April high. We need to see Bitcoin breaking the resistance of the April high. I think you can just kick back wherever XRP is at the time. If you see that in both of these charts, then think about getting into XRP. But remember, nothing I say is financial advice. So until then, obviously both of these charts are caught in a correction after 5 waves up, and this is what we look for as analysts. We look for the reason why the bottom would be in. So this thing could be retracing as deep as it likes, as long as it doesn't lose a low. This thing could be retracing as deep as it likes, as long as it doesn't lose a low from the 5 ways in which it's come up. That's simple technical analysis. So with that, we try and find support, resistance, trend lines, things like that, or fibs. I like to use fibs. So if we go from the top to the bottom right now, you can clearly see that Bitcoin sort of hovering on the 236 right now in a potential flat correction. The reason I'm looking at a possible flat correction is a micro correction here is equally time. You've got an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, which is potentially bottomed. We're coming up, we're coming back, we're looking to hold it and break. Now one thing you could just wait for here, you could sit on your hands with XRP. If you start to see Bitcoin come up at any point, after its retracement, even if it drops again, starts to come back up, all you've got to do is wait for this high to be broken, and that's an amazing signal for XRP right there. Equally on Ethereum, number 2 coin, 1 2 3 4 5 from November. At the minute it's retracing in some kind of zigzag correction. We're looking to hold the lows from a few weeks ago, with Bitcoin as well on them lows a few weeks ago in September. So you're coming up, you're retracing to it, it's getting really nasty, just like you came up there, retraced to it, got really nasty, but then boom, this next wave here in theory should be a wave 3. This is why I keep telling you every day, simple technical analysis. People think I make it up, you know, it's bullshit hopium, whatever, it's bulltardism, whatever. It's just simple technical analysis, and this is all I relay to you in the charts. So, you know, it's not bullshit. It's not, you know, he said, she said, whatever. It's just data. It's in the charts. Please remember that, okay? And all I do is relay that to you. So at the moment, you know, we've hit a peak level on both of these charts in April, and then a few months later on the B high, this is where XRP put in that last wave, that 5 waves up basically. So since that point, you know, XRP's been in a big massive correction, hasn't it? You know, is the correction over? Could be, could not, who knows. But at the minute, what I'm looking for is clues in other charts that are just going to give us a game away. You know, that at that point we're looking at a massive move for XRP. So again, patience is key. If these two charts come up and break that local high from April of this year, Ethereum at 2149 and Bitcoin at 31711, then, you know, I think you've got an amazing signal for XRP right there, a beautiful sweet spot, an entry point, just like the, you know, the May buy and go to the beat signal on the S&P 500 that I relayed to you. And at the time it was correct and it was awful, but it was a fruitful signal right there. So anyway, let's dive into the S&P 500 right now and see what's going on, okay? But please remember, break that high and break that high, the local high, for both of these charts from April, Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two top dogs are right there. They're entry point signals for XRP going forward, okay? So let's dive into the S&P 500 right now. So taking a look at the S&P 500, at the moment we're getting a squeeze between the EMAs. We've found support on a 55 EMA at the moment, so that's really important. Obviously this swing high as well, if you take a look, we've come down to this swing high right there, found a bit of support on it. But right now, if we do start to come up and go down again, we can't afford to lose a key level support on this particular chart, because it'll invalidate any sort of bullish scenario here for this particular chart, okay? And obviously this chart needs to be bullish if we expect XRP to be bullish. So a scenario I'm looking at, I've been looking at for a very long time right now, is the fact that what we did here in 2020, we got compressed before breaking out, and then we came back in a 5-wave corrective manner here, you know, some kind of A, B, C, D, E correction just there, the A, the B, the C, the D, the E, the 5-wave corrective pattern coming back, the zigzag overlapping corrective waves basically. So we've come back, we found this low and this swing high. So, you know, what we wanted to see from this point here is impulsive and corrective waves retaining structure, which will clearly indicate that we've got a final 5th wave here. So this has been a massive wave 3, corrective wave 4, and right now you're looking at a big monster wave 5, you know, some kind of blow off top of this cycle. So this is confluence to my theory that, you know, XRP will follow this basically. So if this breaks down, then obviously XRP is going to break down, and if this breaks out, then XRP is looking to follow basically, because this is something I relayed to you way back here in May of this year. This particular chart printed this bullish signal, which is a 20 and 55 week EMA on the weekly time frame. So historically, like I said to you many times, this particular chart, this signal, it's not failed this chart. The last time it failed this was 70 years ago. So historically, you know, the data stacks up that this chart, this signal, we have to respect it, you know, going forward. It's data, not emotion. And so far we did. We reacted beautifully off that. We're coming to this resistance, which is his potential neckline of a huge inverse head and shoulders pattern. And right now we're looking at some overlapping zigzags of waves coming back, not necessarily impulsive, correcting back to where you came from. So obviously the, you know, the validation of an impulsive move here is this wave 1 high at 4095. We break down below that, this invalidates this, okay? So what we're looking at right now is potential that we've had this zigzag correction coming back here to this high, which is a wave 4, and right now we're looking at a beautiful wave 5, a big blow off top of this cycle for this coin, not coin, sorry, this index. I do apologize. So right now we've got 1 ABC 2, 3 ABC 4. If we hold this low and we start to come back up and we get squeezed between the EMAs right now, you know, we've got these zigzag waves coming back. If we start to come up and we take out this neckline, this is a 5, okay? And this is, again, this is a looking glass and a clue as to what we should expect for XRP. So if this is breaking out before XRP, or it's breaking down before XRP, you've got signals in other charts that tell you things, okay? For example, way back in May, if we drop the XRP chart in, you know, go back to the videos on May, I think around about the first week of May, wasn't it? We printed this beautiful 20 and 55 EMA golden cross right there, the yellow line crossing the red line. I said to you at the time, for XRP, that's a clue, that's a looking glass that we're looking at a major move to the upside for XRP because of this chart. So again, you know, I'm relaying this to you that if we break this resistance, that's super bullish for XRP, but if we lose this level of support, that's super bearish for XRP. So at the minute, you know, this particular chart having these zigzag correction, this sort of overlapping waves coming back, it could be giving us a major clue here already before breaking that resistance that it is about to do something like that. And if it does, XRP, you know, will follow, basically. Really, it's that simple. Let's take a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap chart today. And, you know, because there obviously, you know, there's no bias here. If we break down, we break down. It is what it is. If we do break down, I'm going to show you an area of support in the total market cap chart right there where I will be looking to buy back in, you know, obviously. So let's take a look at that right now. Looking at the total cryptocurrency market cap, the ticker for this particular chart is total. Okay, total 2 is without Bitcoin, total 3 is without Bitcoin and Ethereum, I believe. Okay, so we're looking at the total ticker. The current cap is roughly 1.043 trillion. At the moment, we sort of hit a range and we're going sideways. So it's a little bit indecisive, isn't it? You know, obviously what we all want to see is this break to the upside, which will confirm the third wave. And if we break to the downside, everyone's going to absolutely shit themselves. Okay, but what we want to see, if we do break to the downside, is structure. Okay, and this is your key structure of a support of a potential uptrend. Now, it's not bullshit, it's not opium. What we've got is a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 and a 5. So we've hit 5 waves to the upside, okay, and in a minute we're sort of retracing, coming back. So it's all about structure and support. If we lose this green line, you know, again, jump the hell out of crypto, because it can absolutely collapse and go anywhere, and all this has been as a thrust down, a retracement, and another thrust down. Absolutely possible right there. No one's got a crystal ball, but at the minute, whilst we're coming up and we're going sideways and we're holding structural support, and we're starting to see things in other charts as well, providing we see the continuation of them things, then we're looking for a clean break to the upside after this correction's being in. Now there's all the chance that this is corrective, and it's, you know, it's basically done. After the 5 waves up, we've got the zigzag coming back in A, we've come up in the B, made the lower high, and right now we've had a 5 wave down. Okay, this is why a few weeks ago, you know, we did counter the 5 waves on many charts and we rode it up, and we've made some money, okay, because what we look for, we're looking at a potential opportunity today on XRP as well, a 5 wave counter, which I'll show you in a moment. But what we've got in here is a potential scenario for the total cryptocurrency market cap is a B and a C. So obviously if we start to come down below this low and sweep this low, we have to look at targets to the downside. So this is something I'm going to show you today, that if we do start to break down for this particular chart, you know, where would I be looking to get back involved in crypto? So again, I would be looking at the 1618. So at the minute there is a little bit of confluence at that level. If this was an ABC correction coming back like this, okay, we start to see some kind of A, some kind of B, and then we've got another drop. Okay, where we're going to go to. So in theory, if this is an ABC zigzag, which is, you know, your bog standard ABC zigzag, we should be looking at a 1618 down there. There is a little bit of confidence at the moment that this is its level of resistance. So we've broken out way back in January, and, you know, you got a God candle breakout, you come back up in an impulsive move, and you got your big ABC zigzag coming back to that. That is absolutely possible. So this area, if we do start to sweep these lows, most importantly 1 fib, if we start to see crypto dropping below 975 billion here, okay, and it starts to roll from this point, starts to come down, sweeps that 1 fib, then I will jump out and I'll look to buy back whenever we hit that on any projects. Okay, and it really is that simple, because that's a simple ABC zigzag correction. And again, it's all about structure and support. You know, you've got people saying you're 100% going to do that, and you've got people saying you're going to 100% do this. But in a minute, like I said to you, we react, don't we? Whatever happens in the charts, we react. So something I'm looking at right now as a scenario is the fact that we have got an A, a B and a C, and it's complete with the 5 waves down. Okay, and we've got perfect market symmetry. We've got time of the A wave, you know, we've got the time of the C wave, so there's a little bit of symmetry there at the moment. So what we're looking at, if we do start to hold this low, because you can clearly see at the moment we've come up into the 55, struggling to get through it. If we do start to come back over the next few weeks and we hold this low here and we don't necessarily lose it, and we start to come up and take out the previous local high, we are beginning to look impulsive off this low, just like we did here, 5 waves. Okay, so the big macro move here in the C wave is the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, like this. Okay, let me show you. So we've got the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. That's a massive macro C wave down, okay, that held the previous swing high. Look at that. And then from that we needed to see 5 waves coming up, and that's exactly what we've seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So within this A wave here, we've seen this A, B, C, D, E correction, 5 waves down. Then we've seen the ABC coming back up, so that's your B wave, and right now we're looking at 5 waves of the C wave. So the big question is here, you know, is the C wave done? Have we seen the 5 waves? In the sense that we've got something like that. 1, 2, 3, came up in the 4, final drop 5. You know, either, you know, it was the start of a correction to the downside, that's your wave 1 of a C wave, or it was a C wave in. This is why if we ever spot 5 waves, we always counter them. This is what we do on the channel. So this is why we took an opportunity a few weeks ago when everyone was ultra bearish. We rode this back up, okay, and we made a lot of money on a lot of altcoins. But aside from that, you know, if we are in this sort of big macro A, B, and this is still the C wave and it's coming down to this green line, then this should in theory have 5 waves within inside of the C wave. So I'm looking, you know, for reasons why this would be done, and obviously if we lose this low, it's not done. Do you understand? And at that point we'll start to look at this as a potential scenario that what we've got here is a 1, this was a 2, you got a big 3, 4, 5, and we're coming down for the remainder of the year here. This is absolutely possible. Okay, so if we start to lose this low here, this low that we put in, and I'll give you this low, if we start to see the total cryptocurrency market cap losing 979 billion, then I've got to project to this green line. That's my buyback zone, and this is something I'm relaying to you, and this will be a larger ABC zigzag correction before continuation to the upside. Okay, but at the minute, what I think we've got regardless is a correction after the 5 waves up, but the difficulty is always in finding the bottom of the C wave. Okay, so if it starts to come back up and it holds this low and we start to break back up here and we take out this high, then you find your C wave. It really is that simple. So again, this is something I did relay to you earlier in the video, but you could just wait. You could just be patient. You could just wait, be out of the market and wait for the cryptocurrency market cap to take 1.26 trillion out the game. You know, if it takes that resistance out, then you've got appreciation on whatever altcoin you buy. It really is that simple. Okay, so you know, I wish everyone had most luck, but let's dive into the XRP chart right now to see what we can see. Okay, so looking at XRP on a 4 hourly time frame, we've got this lovely little drop at the moment, haven't we? We sort of support, got compressed right towards the apex on the 4 hourly time frame as well. Look at that, right in the corner, boom, 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 death cross, see you later. We dropped, but one thing we've not done here in this drop is backtest this previous support as resistance. So this is on my radar. Okay, we're looking at this as a retest. If you are jumping into any longs, you know, we're definitely looking to take a bit of profit on the swing up, basically, and this is what we see. So we're looking at a 5-wave counter today. We've got the 1, we've got the 2, we've got the 3, and like I said to you yesterday, coming up, wait and be patient for the close above the 10. That will offer an opportunity to go long with your stop loss on the swing low, because there's always the, you know, the opportunity here that it comes up and drops and loses this low and puts a final 5th wave in, you know, and that's exactly what's happened right now. So that's been a lovely little 4 up, and right now we're putting in this little 5. So we've got 5-wave counter rearing its head at the moment. So in theory, you know, this is a good little opportunity to come up from this point with a stop loss on this swing low, and we should be looking at breaking back above a 10 EMA. So what I will be doing here is exactly the same as I relayed to you yesterday. Just be patient, wait for the close above this blue line, the 10 EMA, so it'll come up to it like this, get a close above, go long, put your stop loss on the swing low, and then we'll look to ride it back up, okay, potentially into that level of resistance just there that we've melted through a support about, you know, back testing it resistance. So just a key test coming up at this point. You know, if you do start to break up like this and you come back and create high lows, you're going to start to create a reversal structure here, which is the opposite of this, you know, downtrend structure, which is descending triangle. You're looking to carve out some kind of ascending triangle down here, coming back up. Now your key level support right now for XRP is this low here, this yellow line. Okay, so this is the low we put in a few weeks ago, and like pretty much everything XRP, you know, is retracing to that, just like Bitcoin is, Ethereum and things like that. So we're retracing to that. You know, we're looking to hold that low that we put in on, I think it was when was it, September the 11th. Okay, lose that low, it's going to start to get a little bit drastic and potentially a little bit bearish here for XRP, but in a minute we are retracing to it. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on that, but so far so good. You know, if we start to get this lovely little 5-way counter here and we start to see a close above a 10 EMA, this is going to offer an opportunity today to go long. Currently that level just there, come to your charts, drop the EMAs into your charts, 4 hourly time frame. The EMAs, there's a tutorial in each and every single video description, a tutorial on how to get the EMAs into your charts, but a 10 EMA is boss. Okay, so we're looking for a close above a 10 EMA 04945. You know, at that point a lovely little long with your stop loss on wherever the swing low is at the time, and then we'll ride it back up, you know, and look to take profit on that point there. Okay, so that's a lovely little trade that's potentially rearing its head. Now usually with this we do look for the bullish divergence as well, so there is a little bullish divergence that's building when the oversold territory down here. Anything below 30 is oversold, anything above 70 is overbought right there. So we do have a little bit of a bearish bullish divergence, sorry, where the candles of the bodies are closing lower than the previous ones, but we're getting sort of level closing in the RSI right there. So you know, keep an eye on this. This is confluence to the fact that if we do start to come up off this bullish divergence right now in the RSI, and then we start to get a close above a 10 EMA right there, that's increasing the probability, you know, with a lovely little long position where you stop loss on the swing low and ride it back up into this level of resistance right there, where 100% would take some profit on that long right there. And we've traded many of these in the past, so this is a 5-wave counter that could potentially be rearing its head today for XRP. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that update. Remember, you can go long, you can go short, you can trade all this and buy bit. Don't be an over leveraged degen, don't go in real life savings, but we might be looking at a little, you know, counter wave coming back up today for XRP, just to retrace to confirm this resistance before potentially carving out some kind of structural bottom down there, you know. So for XRP, I hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone. Back to another update on XRP. Bye bye.